Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Audi R8 e-Tron Special Edition in multiplayer. This is the new low-rank king of Asphalt 8, and I thought I would try it at the rank I won it at. But first I would like to say that I have uploaded a new LEGO Minecraft stop motion to my LEGO stop motion channel. This is probably one of the highest quality stop motions I've ever made, so I would greatly appreciate it if you would check it out. So my R8 e-Tron Special Edition's rank is 1111 with the tuning of 0500 and 5050. This is probably the most popular tune for this car because it is the standard top speed multiplayer tune, and you could win it at this rank. This first race is on Azure Coast against 3 other Audi R8 e-Trons. Yes, it's practically the only car you will see in races throughout this video. So it has good acceleration, good drifting, but mediocre handling. But the mediocre handling is practically the only bad thing about this car. Everything about it, other than that, is nearly perfect. Its nitro efficiency is also amazing, and its top speed at this rank is faster than every other car in the game at this rank. Yes, that's including the SLK Special Edition. However, when everyone has the car, its overpoweredness is just a little bit diluted, you might say, because Gameloft made the R&D surprisingly easy for such an overpowered car, which allowed so many people to be able to get it that it's really not as overpowered as it would have been had the R&D been harder. But I am glad they did not make it a blueprint car, so the only way you could get it was in the R&D. That makes it a little bit more exclusive. So we have slipped into first because we took those turns back there better than the other R8 Special Editions. That is one very good thing about this car. Its drifting is nearly perfect for taking corners, and throughout this video you will see that come into play in quite a few races. The R8 e-Tron directly behind me is actually another YouTuber who is Damon Danielle R. I will put a link to his channel in the description. He is a very good driver, so I'm glad I got to race with him, and multiple times throughout this video as well. He also has an 1111 Audi R8 e-Tron with the same tuning, as you can see here. And we also beat 2 higher ranked ones as well. Oh my, a car that's not actually an Audi R8 e-Tron Special Edition! That is extremely rare around this rank, because practically in every race you play around this rank, half the cars at least are going to be R8 Special Editions, if not all of them. This is especially true if you're in pro rank or higher. Now, if you're in amateur league, you'll probably find fewer of them because the game does try to pair you with cars around your same rating, 300 above and below, but still, it is an extremely popular car around this rank in particular, and anywhere even up to 1400 it's going to continue being very prevalent. In this race, 5 out of the 6 cars are R8 e-Tron Special Editions, except for the one Honda S2000 you saw at the beginning, who is getting left behind by a long shot. That is the one bad thing about this car. It kind of makes multiplayer rather dead, you might say, because below rank 1200, nothing, and I mean nothing, can compete with it. So low ranks are rather dead for you if you do not have this car. Now, if you do have the car, well, you're perfectly fine. It's just you won't have much other competition except for this car. Now, occasionally you will see a 959 or an SLK Special Edition or some other car, but at this rank, you're gonna just completely blow them away because you're a lot faster, have extremely good everything, basically. And yes, it is just very overpowered at this rank. Now, the prevalence does lead to some very interesting and very close races. That is one thing I noticed when driving this car. The races were all a lot closer than ones that I play at practically any other level. Because even up near my Vulcan level, where there are lots of Vulcans running around, because there just aren't usually races full of Vulcans like this. You only really get that at Max Pro, and even then there's SLK Special Editions and Corvette Grand Sports and homages and all those kinds of things. So this is one of the only ranks in the game where you will see only one car, practically all the time. So because we took the faster right route back there, we were able to stay ahead of all those other e-Tron Special Editions, and thus come in first. We beat an 1111 Damon Danielle R again. We also beat another 1111, an 1179, and another 1111. Those are very, very popular. What usually ends up happening, though, is those that win it at 1111 tend to add 1 or 2 to Nitro just so they can beat all the other 1111s. And if everyone does that, everyone feels like they have to upgrade slightly higher again, and thus everyone just kind of creeps up in the ranks. I'm not going to do videos with this car like adding 1 or 2 Nitro upgrades at a time. I'm going to do it in chunks of 100 to 200 rank difference, I think. I'm actually recording me talking on this a couple days after I recorded the races, and by now I've upgraded my R8 e-Tron to a rank of 1281. And it does very well. That video will hopefully come out in a few days. And you will see that I do, at that rank, beat some higher ones as well, just as I have done in this rank. So you don't have to tune higher than everybody else to be able to beat them. It makes it easier, yes, but then you risk running into even higher things. And because this car is so overpowered, that does not become much of a problem until you get above, I want to say around 1400, where cars like the Camaro could be real problems for you on long tracks. If all you want to face are other R8 e-Trons, stay below 1200 rank or so. If you don't mind facing M2 Special Editions and SLK Special Editions, you can tune up to around 1300 rank, like I have done. And if you really want to take on the big boys, you can tune to 1400, 1500, or even up to 1600, but I would not recommend tuning past that, because the Audi maxes out its speed of 295 miles per hour around a rank of 1513. So past that, you're not going to get any faster, while all your opponents, such as Homages and Vulcans, are going to get faster. So I would recommend stopping there, possibly maxing acceleration if you really want to, but don't max pro it. It's really not good for multiplayer at max pro. It has a decent farming race at max pro, but not much else. So in this race, we lost to an 1165 e-Tron Special Edition, but we did beat another 1111. Interesting fact about this car: if max upgrades are 5055 instead of 0500, the car's rank also goes to 1111, which is extremely interesting, and I believe because of that, the top speed upgrade rank percentage on this car is at 50%. Someone on the Asphalt community figured out that tune, by the way, using Nikon's Asphalt 8 tuner app, which is available for Android. Unfortunately not for iOS, but thankfully since I have an Android phone, I can use it quite often, and it works extremely well, and that is how I plan some of my car upgrades, including the ones for this car. So if you have an Android phone and are interested in car tunings, I would definitely recommend you checking that out. It is called A8 Tuner. I'm sure a lot of you know Nikon. He makes funny montages of Asphalt 8, so yes, I'd appreciate it if you'd show him some support, because that is a very good app. The car directly behind me is at a rank of 1179, which is a good bit higher than me, but because he is practically going the same speed as me, you can see throughout here that he's not really catching up nor falling behind. He probably mistuned a little bit, added some nitro, and didn't do tires or something like that. But yes, this car, you definitely want to max top speed, pro tires, and pro drivetrain before doing anything else on it. And you can reach champion with this car. As you can see, there are a lot of champion guys running around testing it out. I don't know how long that will stay, but probably because it's so overpowered, it will stay for a good bit of time. So in this race, we have 4 R8 e-Trons, including me, and a Porsche 959, who gets blown past in the first 5 seconds. It's kind of sad about all the other cars at this rank that have no use anymore, but the community was asking for a long time for an SLK killer, and, well, they got it. So here I am doing the brake bump nitro trick kind of thingy. It is a trick to give you better airspeed. Basically what you do is you brake and triple tap right before you go up a bump in the road, like those back there, and for some reason, I do not know why, it gives you a speed boost in the air, and so you're able to pass some people maybe because of that. It did not happen so much in this race because these people are pretty much pros and know how to do it, and if everyone does it, well, it's not anything special. That's the thing. When everyone has something really good, it's not all that really good anymore. It's just like the thing where if you make all of your sentences bold, or make all of your sentences have exclamation marks at the end, nothing really stands out. So here, that guy lost some speed, and so I was able to catch up right behind him. You see here I did it, but he did the exact same thing, so I was right behind him this entire time. I believe this is someone who is in Purple Team. His name is Menton, because he posted a screenshot of this race, and unfortunately, I wrecked there because I could not decide whether to go left or to go right, and thus I went in the middle. I talked about that thing a little bit on a previous video, and I'm still not sure why it happened. But I probably still would not have been able to catch up to the second place R8 e-Tron, so I don't think that wreck actually changed my position any. So we have come in third in this race. So as you can see, if you have an overpowered car, but everyone else does as well, you're not always going to get first. Now, for an interesting race in Patagonia against two higher-ranked Audi R8 e-Tron Special Editions. Now, one of these here either upgraded acceleration or exhaust a good bit, I think, because he was able to start up quicker than me, but then I managed to pass him because I took the curve a little sharper than he did. See, little things like that really do make a big difference in multiplayer races, especially when you have a lot of the same kind of car going around the same kind of speed. And if you're up against people that are going, say, just slightly faster than you, the little tricks that you can do to get ahead or to go faster in the air or things like that can really make a big difference, because as you can see in this race, even though those two cars right behind me are higher ranked, as you will see at the end of the video, because I'm taking the corners better than them, mainly, I'm able to pull ahead, which otherwise wouldn't be possible. Now, if you're playing in a situation where not everybody has the same speed car, and you're really much faster than everybody else, or something like that, you don't have to worry as much about the little things. But in close races, you really do. They can make or break your victory. Thankfully, I managed to take the turns quite well in this race, and then come in first ahead of these two R8 e-Tron Special Editions. So let's see what exactly their ranks were. There was an 1179 and 1169, as well as Damon Danielle R in their 1111. And also a Renault Clio. Now, that car actually does have some decent multiplayer tunes below 1000 rank, but this car just kills it, so it's not as good as it would have been otherwise. I max pro'd mine a long time ago, so that is why you won't be seeing a video about that car. This race is on Venice against two other 1111 Audi R8 e-Trons, as well as an 1138, I believe its rank is. That is the Blacksmith 340 player. Now, that, I believe, is this rank with just one nitro added, which probably is one of the best things you can do at this rank to give you a little bit of an edge over all the people that just stay at 1111 and not really get really bad matchmaking from going above 1150 or wherever lets you get paired with things above 1200 fairly often. So yes, I would recommend doing that if you got this car at 1111. Now, if you had to upgrade higher than 1111 to beat the final AI, do not fear. The car is still amazing up to rank 1300, and from 1300 to 1500 to 1600 even, it is still extremely competitive, as long as, you upgraded Nitro and Pro Kits and didn't just put a bunch on acceleration and handling. Because with a few exceptions, speed is the most important thing on every car in multiplayer, so go for speed before you go for practically anything else. The few exceptions to those rules are cars that already have an extremely high speed and extremely low other statistics. Take the Homage, for example. Because it's already so fast, and because acceleration does not add much to the rank, most people go ahead and max acceleration on that car to be able to start up quicker at the beginning of races. But this car is not one you should do that on, so we beat three other Audi R8 e-Tron Special Editions in this race. Now we have a final race, which is on Azure Coast Reverse, which I believe the second to last AI in the R&D was also on. In this race, you will see the huge importance of taking the turns well, and why it is so beneficial to be able to take them better than everyone else. Because these two cars up here are either my rank or just slightly higher than me, and now there's this other guy here, which I tried to push to the side, but he was being a little blinky, and I don't know quite what happened to him. Possibly a hacker, but I'm thinking more likely it was a bad internet connection, because that's what usually blinking cars are. They're not usually hackers. Now, there are exceptions, of course, but generally speaking, that's the case. So here, I took the inside and took the corners extremely close to the inside, sharply, and so that is how I was able to pass the other cars. As I said earlier in this video, this car drifts almost perfectly, so it is fairly easy to get around the turns well. And if you can master that, you will be able to beat a lot of even higher ranked Audi R8 e-Trons. And really, if you master the art of drifting sharply around corners in any car, you can beat higher ranked ones, and generally just give yourself a higher win percentage. So I hope it's obvious by now that this car was indeed worth it. It is an SLK killer at low ranks, and its R&D was very easy for what you get out of it, so I hope a lot of you guys did manage to get this car. Thank you all for watching, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later. Goodbye!